said.
Unit 731, is that what it was? Yeah, the vivisection, which is dissecting human beings while they're still alive. All kinds of terrible
But we're all on the same team when they did it to the gypsies, right? Like, we generally agree.
Yeah, the Jippos had it coming. The Jippos had it coming. If he stopped right there, the world would have raised Hitler up on their shoulders, right? No, he got rid of the pikeys, all right. Churchill would have been like, if we could get some of that Hitler business in here, we could do a thing or two. No, the Jippos do not send their best. They send their trixiest. That's what they send.
Their most delicate fingered.
You know what's nice about making fun of gypsies and calling them pikeys and stuff? They don't have a protection group, and everybody hates them. That's the one. You can hate gypsies. I could fucking wear some. I could put on like a swastika that was anti-gypsy instead of being an actual swastika. Whatever, design that, whatever it is. I could fucking like preach hate against them. Nobody would stand up against me because nobody likes gypsies.
Unless they steal some tourist's iPhone, they're never going to hear this podcast. It's like making fun of the Amish.
And there aren't that many gypsies out there, and those that are don't have fucking TV and the internet, you know? And if they do, they're stealing it, and they can't really buck up anywhere.
It's so overplayed. Most women do a good job taking care of their vaginas so it doesn't smell, and it's
most
fine.
Most women have good hygiene in general.
Yeah, most women have pretty good hygiene for the most part. And so, yeah, I've never had a showstopper. I should have made something up. Damn it. Well, maybe the next week I'll fuck someone gross and come back. Who knows? Sky's the limit. When I was like 16 or 17 or something, I was like, man, this chest is getting a little too hairy for my liking. And like, all the nipple hair, I was like, I'm going to shave around the nipple hair. And then like I did that and like looked at myself and I was like, all right, well, you've made an error. now you've got two nipples that live on Hare Island. And it was just like two bright white nips. Just like right in a forest. And oh, that was, thank God it wasn't like swimsuit season.
You're listening to Uncle Jazz.
Any lady pay pigs?
Throw the challenge down.
There's any lady pay pigs out there who'd like to slip me a few dollars to talk? I like say horrible things to them.
Kyle and I tag team. We say awful things to each other, and you get to watch.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's dirty. I'll say, Kyle,
yeah,
right?
You're hitting the wrong audience
on
right
the bottom of your foot.
The majority of fetishes are male, right? Like the majority of that. So yeah, you want to hit the female audience.
I want to watch you try really hard to put that bicycle helmet on and keep failing over and over. Oh yeah, that's what does it.
I put two on the sides and I tape the middle. They'll make fun.
Oh yeah. All right, now try to put those earmuffs on while I laugh at you. Only one ear. Look at him. Look at Taylor right now. You think he's only got one on? You think he's only got on one ear because it's stylish or because it's more comfortable?
No. Summer is about to begin.
Oh, and then the real work begins around the Woodworth household.
It does. Hope's summer job this year is shadowing me. There's one guy who keeps writing that like Hope's my favorite character in this show. I hope I see more of her. Oh yeah, we got a new camera woman. She's gonna when we strap that paramotor to a go-kart, you know, she's gonna be filming it. So
that's gonna be hilarious.
On your screen.
Why do you think I'm so skinny? I don't. I just do cocaine and water. So
cocaine?
Just cocaine.
Yeah. I'm not gonna not do the coke.
You know, you've got a real cocaine and water physique. Yeah.
Thank you.
You know what? I'll take the pledge. Fuck it. If I make $500 million, I'll do it too. What the fuck? It's not happening.
If I make $500 million in a year, I'll give all of it away to whoever, whatever, and I'll keep $2 million. Like that's all I would need. No, make it 10 million. At that amount of money, fuck it.
What about the taxes?
This is after all the taxes. Like this is post-tax.
Okay. 10 million. I think if you donate it to charity, you don't even have to pay taxes over
That'll just write off
There's a
$500 million
you
in charity.
You can't just.
I wouldn't know. I'm not a big charity guy. I do charity every now and then, obviously, but no millions into charity, not at all. Maybe a few thousand a year.
Well, if you ever make $1 billion in a year and I don't get fucking something, I'm gonna be upset.
I'll come and go watch some hockey shit with you guys.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're still watching.
I just want a shitty little house. You know.
Yeah.
You know who's doing?
So he's in company with all of them.
But
you know.
I've been getting freaked out tonight. I haven't talked about it. We got the gun here.
I saw it.
Just in case. Did you catch that?
Yeah.
Dude, when I went to let the dogs in, I swore I heard a voice. And the dogs would like go outside and they're just barking in towards the north. I don't know what the fuck.
What did the voice say?
It said Allah.
Come and see.
It said Allah. Allah.
And behold.
But it not very well. Like, it might have even said Ella. But I was like, in my head, as clear as day, I heard a woman say Allah as I'm letting the dogs in. And it's a little freaky because the door's already open. It's been open for a minute or so because one of my dogs knows how to open a door.
At least you didn't hear it from the kitchen behind you. You know?
Like, I don't know where it came from, but I'm going to the door, and I hear this woman say Allah, and I shut it, I lock it, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck. Thankfully, this place is filled with livestock who will bark and shit if they see anyone. Which maybe they just did. Like, maybe I need to sweep the house. I don't know. But I'm hearing...
We'll see him coming for you.
We will.
With us.
If someone
we may even tell you he's behind you.
Please, it's something...
If I scream shoot, don't even think. Just grab it and blast right behind you.
All right, we'll put that to the test. Don't say anything in front of Steve, because he clearly would have looked down upon that.
Steve.
But yeah, I'm hearing voices. What am I doing? What were they just barking at?
Steve's gonna be some kind of jester, like up in one of those human-sized cages that we like reel up into the air to like laugh at him once, you know, in the hard times. That's what's gonna happen to Steve.
that's where he'll be.
That's where comedy is going in the hard times. I'll tell you that right now.
Chief dancing monkey. Yeah.
Throwing fucking tomatoes at that guy.
Yeah, Kyle will be like, I remember you. When I'm chief of Georgia, there'll be a spot in my cage for you.
Hey, you better hope you're not doing a show in Atlanta.
Yeah.
What'd you think of our guest?
I liked him. He did well tonight.
I liked this appearance better than his previous appearance.
I can see that.
His best appearance yet, according to Kyle. Rave reviews. Yeah.
You should title it that way. See if that's not clickbait at all.
And then I'm gonna watch the highlight video. I'm gonna watch the best of.
Sure.
So this thing, you know, the guy broke it out, and it was kind of cool. But to learn it, we had to hold hands for a while. So we're like almost palm reading, you know, as he's holding my hands and I'm standing on it, and he's teaching me like, I don't know, how to balance and how to lean forward and what it does. And it was just like, this is just the gayness that I have to endure to play with this.
You don't often. Can we talk about that? Because it's not often in our culture that you hold another grown man's hand longer than a handshake takes, right? Like handshake, very manly thing. Holding hands, gayest thing you could possibly imagine, right? You'd almost rather hold his dick than hold his hand for a long.
Well, as a greeting and to establish trust.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, would you rather
Indian? Oh, go ahead.
Would you rather shake a man's dick as long as a handshake takes, just a quick, nice to meet you, or spend the entire day at the mall holding the same man's hand?
Oh, totally the dick thing. I didn't know. I thought you were going to just do 5 minutes of double holding hands. But when I had to spend the whole day holding hands at the mall, I'll just shake the dick and get it over with.
Right?
Yeah.
Would make me very uncomfortable. I feel like I'd start getting sweaty palms, and he might take that as some sort of a signal.
Mm-hmm.
Of what? More or less of a signal than holding his penis.
The precedent has been set that he is in not unnovel situations. He's very excited, you know, at the prospect of hanging out. Like, what is he upset about now? Just like with a chick or someone, like if you send her a smiley face just off the hello text, suddenly you've set that precedent. Oh, you don't get a smiley face anymore. Are you upset? Oh, you don't seem as excited with your text. If you text as though you're always upset with someone, then they can't misconstrue it.
Sprinkle a few dick pics in.
Well, that goes without saying.
Sorry, Grandma.
Sorry, Grandma.
Yeah, sorry, Grandma. I didn't get it. But yeah, you got to keep expectations low. So when you do, and the reason is, so when I do send someone a smiley face, they know that actually made Taylor smile. Like, because he does not send smiley faces unless he's actually laughing. I showed this earlier in the show, not that it's a big deal or matters. My mom this year bought me a Christmas present and was like, she told me, she's like, oh, this is going to be so funny, Taylor. I saw it. It was a joke from the podcast that you do. They all say that you look like an owl. And so I bought you this owl with.
What is in it? Money? Rocks?
Potpourri. Like it smells really good, so I do like it. I like smell good stuff, and it's just an owl with a bunch of potpourri in it that I'm sure that she got from Pier 1, and I like it. I just thought that was funny that her gift was.
That's pretty good.
That is great. Hold it up next to you. We want to see the resemblance. There, that won't be all over the internet.
You'll return after these messages.
Jade, what's the hairiest nipple on a lady ever encountered, Kyle?
I've only seen. I only know of one. I've only seen it once.
Can I ask a question? Did she have a really high sex drive? Because she's got a lot of testosterone in her. Was she awesome in bed?
I mean.
Yes, I'm hearing yes. This makes perfect sense. I knew it all along. You dated her. Don't you judge me.
It always comes back to this for you. What's wrong with you?
Science-minded. I'm science-minded, Kyle. I'm telling you, if a woman has a lot of testosterone in her system, she's got to be DTF.
And she's got that big clit that we all love.
Jimmy Kimmel said the same thing. I'm not alone in this line of thinking.
Can I lay this out there? If you're a lady and you have hairy nipples, I want to embarrass you. Shave those.
Pluck them, maybe.
Shave those.
How hairy
Plucking
is a woman's
can be very
nipple?
painful. Hairy enough that you don't.
Is it like a mole where there's like 3 long ones coming out of nowhere?
No, around the nipple, like not growing straight out of like the nipple, but the areola.
Yeah.
It's got hair around it.
So I don't know any women. What is your best Christmas story?
Oh, my best Christmas story.
There's one I told before where we got winter coats, but I have one I haven't told, I think. So my
That's
parents...
a very Great Depression kind of thankful Christmas, where it's like, when we were trudging to school
like
every day, we finally got our winter coats. No more burlap sacks for this chap.
The story in fast forward is this: we were allowed to open one present on Christmas Eve, and my parents would not put all of the Christmas presents so that the next day, like the big whopper, like the prize thing would.
Those are Santa's presents. You get your parents' gifts on Christmas Eve, and then Santa Claus brings you the good shit the next morning.
This went on even after that distinction was done. But
what do you mean?
They would put out like the Class B and C presents on Christmas Eve, and usually would have something to help us get through the night. And we went down there, and my brother and I both saw these big boxes. They were like as big as that remote control car box I showed earlier tonight, and we dove for it. Like we saw it, we locked on like a missile, flew through the air, grabbed it, tore at the packaging, and it was so disappointing. They were winter coats. It was like this is a fake present. Like this is the fuck?
Clothes!
Yeah, clothes.
I had one of these.
And it was, I couldn't think of anything less exciting to me than a winter coat.
If only there was some toothpaste here too.
Yeah. Oh my god. It was.
Where are my undershirts, Mom?
To their credit, they got a good kick out of it, and then let us open a second thing. That was the only Christmas Eve where we opened 2 things because we got a non-present. But there was another one. I remember. My mom would hide the Christmas presents, weeks before Christmas. And my brother and I would go digging around, hunting for, where the Christmas presents were. And we found them, in the back, underneath things, in my parents' master bedroom closet. My brother and I were looking through, and we saw some of the stuff. But the one thing in particular that I loved was this large, foam airplane. It was a glider. You threw it. It went a little bit, but it was big. It was 3-4 feet wide. Yeah. And we saw it, and then we put it all back as carefully as we could so that my parents wouldn't know that we had discovered the loot. And we go downstairs, and my brother, who's 2 years older and smarter than me, just didn't say anything. He played it cool and started watching TV. But I had a better plan. My plan, to make them think that I didn't know what she had, I was like, you know what I really want for Christmas? What would be a good idea? If you got me a large styrofoam airplane, like a foam thing in a plastic bag with red on the side. And in my stupid head, I'm thinking, she thinks I don't know that she just got this, right? By telling her how much I think she should get this, she thinks that I don't know she already got it. This will cover the whole thing. I'm on.
Woody was 17 that Christmas, 17 years old.
2006. This wasn't a great thing with Christmas, but I used to do this to my younger brother, who's a couple years younger than me, all for many years. because he would get very upset if he perceived that I received more presents than him, to the point that my grandma and parents would be like, we need to make sure that even if they're different presents, that if Taylor has a certain number, you know, his brother has the same number of presents, so that nothing can be done. And so what I would do is on Christmas Eve, Christmas morning, whenever we were opening it, he would just tear in, just boom, 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 oh this, boom, 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 oh that. And I would tactically, at like age 6 and 7, just being a dick, like just open my presents so slowly to make sure that when all of his presents were gone, I'd only opened like 2. And then he had to look at me and watch me open all my presents. And because he was young, he's like, Taylor got more presents than me. It's like, no, Taylor just opened his presents slower. He's just not opened them as quick as you. No, he has more than me. And I also do this thing where I just fucked with my younger brother just to fuck with him. We would go down to my grandparents' house. My grandma, her first thing would be like, you guys want to go to Toys R Us? And we'd be like, I don't know, Grandma. Yes. And then she'd take us to Toys R Us. My mom would always say, I don't want you to spoil them. I want you to make sure that they only get 1 toy each. And so we'd go in there, and the whole time, my grandma did not play by my mom's rules because she was the mother of my mom, a much higher rank. And so she would be like, you can get as much as you want, boys. And I would say, no, we're only allowed 1 present. My brother would come over with like a couple presents and be like, we can get a couple presents, right, Grandma? And I'd be like, nope, 1 present, just 1 toy. And I would relegate myself to 1 toy because it brought me so much joy to watch how upset he was and not getting a toy.
You're a horrible person.
I don't know why. It really gave me a kick. But I guess that wasn't a great Christmas story. Kind of vindictive.
Yeah, kind of mean. I don't know if I have any good Christmas stories. All my Christmases were kind of just, the same, I guess. I always got more or less what I wanted. One of the big differences between my Christmases and my sister's Christmases is I very early on realized that toys are garbage and that they're going to be gone by this time next year. I'm like, wait a minute, where's Kerplunk at? Because that's what I got last year. Where's that fucking train set that I had that I wanted so badly? Like, that shit's gone too. I should get some shit that'll be here next year. And so I started asking for guns and knives and custom made things and vehicles and ATVs and that maybe that meant that I only got 1 big thing and then like 5 silly little things that might be stocking stuffers, but it meant that I would have my thing next year and the year after. And my sister never caught on, and she would bitch and moan, well, he got $1,000 this, and Mom's like, but that's all he got. You got $20, $50 things. Look at your pile of shit. And she's like, well, that rifle
nice
with a yeah, exactly. Thanks.
I'm impressed.
But I'd get like a Remington 700 for Christmas, and she'd get like a big pile of fucking children's toys. And my Remington 700 that I got for Christmas is right fucking there right now. That's it. That is my Remington 700 7mm Magnum. I've still got it. I'll always still have it. Then Barbie's is gone.
Pass it on to someone.
Sure.
You know what my parents did that, like, to their credit? Like Taylor was talking about how even they were, and Kyle was too. Maybe it's being raised by an accountant or my mom or what. One person would get a cash makeup. It'd be like, here are Pat's presents, here are Woody's presents, and here is $9.27 just to even it up. Yeah, they were even as fuck. Like, that wasn't.
Are you
just...
sure you're not a Jew? Like this sounds like a Hanukkah to me.
No, I'm not. Like everything.
No. We were Christian. We gathered around the big silly candlestick, right? And we all got out our personal calculators and we made it right. We hunted Hitler down until he had to blow his brains out. Mussolini got hung and pissed on in the streets. Hirohito lived out the rest of his life as the emperor of fucking Japan. You know what I mean? We could have destroyed Tokyo. We could have burned every city they had. We could have exterminated them. And I would have been, and I'm still for that.
Remember that would have been
to this date, 75 years. I don't forget.
Yeah.
Could you say it again?
He Speller in the white.